Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. So I absolutely should have started recording sooner to kind of capture the feeling. So I had the sales call first FitBiz sales call, and right this second I'm feeling nerves, and I actually just told Lexi this. I'm feeling a little anxious at the thought of if he does buy rather than if he doesn't. If he says no, I think I'll almost be relieved. It sounds horrible. I don't want him to say no. But I think I'll almost feel relieved because there's still a lot that needs to be done, and I don't want to deliver a shitty product. But if not now, then when, I guess, you know? So currently setting things up right now, and I actually just upgraded to Zoom Pro, or the whatever you want to call it, the premium version of Zoom. That way our meeting can go longer than 40 minutes, and it doesn't have to be an awkward, oh, my bad, dude, I don't pay $5 a month to get the subscription to get the better Zoom. So my bad, you know, I don't want to do that. And if I'm going to have more sales calls anyway, I'm going to need to buy it regardless. So yeah, I'm feeling a little nervous. I feel confident in the product. I just want to make sure that it is received well, and then I do a good job. You know, there's so much shit that I have to learn, and you know, I signed up for this. Nobody's forcing me to do this. I can go get a 9 to 5. I can go work FedEx. Choosing to do this, I just have a lot to learn. A lot of people start very young. A lot of people start when they're way older. I feel like I'm still young, but you know, still got a lot to learn. So in every area of all of this, not even just sales, but you know, I gotta manage a team. I gotta make sure everyone is doing, I don't know, what they can. Everyone's doing what I don't know. I'm really not clear of mind at the moment. I'm trying to set some things up, but I did want to just capture how I'm feeling with certain things so that we have this. So I think I'm going to end right now and then continue setting some things up. And then when I come back, you'll either hear a yes, I got the sale, or a no, I didn't get the sale. In some sense, like I said, part of me, I don't want him to say no, but part of me would feel relieved if he did say no, because that way it would give me a little bit more time to finish things up. But anyway, the deadline for everything that I said would be tomorrow anyway. And I really think that we met that deadline. There's a few things that we will not meet the deadline by. A lot of that is just automations. I was having some trouble with those, but Karin figured it out, which is very cool, and very grateful to have him on the team. It's awesome. But yeah, so let's see if this guy has actually messaged me. He hasn't messaged me yet. I don't anticipate him. You know, what am I doing? I got to record I'm recording this. Oh, I got to switch to my phone to record this. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I was recording on my computer, and I realized that I can't do that because I'm going to use Zoom. So anyway, feeling the nerves a little bit now. It's 4:59. I feel like I'm trying to play it cool. I'm not trying to play it cool. I'm just trying to stay calm. So just trying to be as transparent as I can. Yeah, there's so much shit that I didn't clean up as best as I should have. Oh well. All right, well, it's about to be 5, and I'm going to start this meeting. Hopefully it goes well. The whole Zoom shit, because I remember I tried to invite Riley one time and it didn't work, and then I had to have him invite me to a call that I was going to sell him, you know, whatever. So here we go. Here goes nothing. I'm going to start the call, and we'll go from there. Here goes nothing. Let's make sure I look nice. Cool. I'm going to get some more light in here. Okay, we're going. Going for it. Start. Boom. Hopefully my shit doesn't get all slow. Okay, here we go. He just joined.
Yo.
What's going on, dude?
Not too much, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Dude, how do you know Dawson? Because I don't think that you are in PT Dom, are you?
I used to be.
Really? Were you in the MDM then?
Pardon me?
Were you in the MDM, the $1 Million Mastermind? When were you in it, I guess? Maybe they've updated things. I don't know.
Yeah, I was in there, what year? Was 2023 now? I think it was 2023. I finished up there. I joined 2021. I believe I was in there for a year and a half or 2 years.
Oh, very cool, dude. That's very cool.
I'm an OG.
Did you have some pretty good success with it? Did you leave because of just better opportunities elsewhere? Or?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I did it all, right? I joined in at the CLA. I got up to the MDM. I did the 1-to-1 with Brian.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, hey, man, if I keep paying you, I'm not doing something right?
Yeah.
I got to venture off on my own at some point.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well, sweet, man. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and then I'll kind of walk you through everything.
Sure.
So,
so you're not in Canada then, hey?
No, I'm in Utah. So you said you're in Vancouver. I think that's. I maybe I'm wrong, but do you touch Idaho?
Nope.
Are you? Where is that on the East Coast, the West Coast?
We touch with Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, close enough because Washington is next to Idaho. Maybe I don't know anything about geography all of a sudden. I totally forgot.
Hey, I don't either, so you're good.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure how you knew Dawson. I thought you were part of like the Kelowna crew or something.
No, dude. Actually, let me pull this up really quick. How I got in touch with Dawson, it's so funny because I was in the CLA as well. And I was doing fitness coaching myself. And dude, for me, I was like, I would so much rather make a spreadsheet and calculate numbers and do all this stuff than like tell people about nutrition. And so I finally was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to do that. And if it's better, if it's worse, whatever, it just makes me happier. And so I did. PT Dom hired me to work on their operations, put me in the MDM to help their students. That's how I met Dawson and a few other coaches. So it worked out pretty well for me, actually.
I'm sure you got a lot of clients from that.
Dude, it was I would have, but I was charging hourly, and there's only so many hours in a day. So got capped very quick. Sorry, dude, this thing is not sharing. There we go. Okay. Also, dude, I fully anticipate this thing to lag because my laptop apparently can't handle Zoom and Notion and video record. I don't know. So if it starts lagging, I wish I could fix it, but we'll just have to be patient. But I guess before I dive into this, dude, what exactly are you even looking for? Because like I said in the DM, if you don't even have a team that would clock in and clock out, you wouldn't even need the payroll system. So I don't want to show you anything you're not going to use. I don't want to waste your time. So what do you actually, I guess, like, what are you struggling with so I can kind of show you how we can solve those problems for you?
Yeah, I think metrics is huge, like easily tracking LTV, tracking who's paid, who hasn't paid.
Yeah.
Just kind of where clients are in the journey too. Let's say if they're like month 1, month 2, month 3,
awesome.
etc.
Wait, sorry. This is what you're currently tracking, or this is kind of what's been a struggle?
Oh, sorry. I thought you asked what would I need for the service?
No, well, I did actually, but I wanted to clarify before I started showing you everything that you say that you are already using, you know? Like, here's this, and then you're like, oh, I already have that, you know?
Yeah, no, you basically just use Google Sheets. Like we obviously track our revenue, we track how much clients are paying per month, things like that.
Yeah.
But I don't really have like a dashboard to take a look and say, okay, well, this person has paid X amount of dollars so far. They're month 3 in the program. It's kind of clustered.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a better way to kind of understand what's churn, what is LTV, what does the business look like from a better lens, rather than let's scroll through all of these spreadsheets and take a look at what we can figure out.
Yeah, dude, I totally get it. I've helped 3 coaches now transition from spreadsheets and everything to something like this. And It's always a night and day difference. It's crazy. Spreadsheets, I think, are in some ways so superior to other things, but it can only support so much, then it gets all jumbled, like you said. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Very good to know, dude. Thank you for sharing that. How big is your team? How many clients you have? How big is your operation? Just so I have an idea of, I guess, the kind of scale that you're at right now.
Yeah, so we got about 120 clients. We got 3 coaches.
Oh, very cool.
I have like a VA as well. But yeah, I kind of just manage the 3 coaches, and I do that through their Trainerize account and through their client tracker, which is in a Google Sheet.
Okay, cool. A lot of examples in here are for EverFit. So whenever you see EverFit, just replace it with Trainerize, and it's the same thing. Okay. For how you do programming, do you do like check-ins like weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, a mix? Not even any of those? Do you do something else?
Bi-weekly.
Oh, bi-weekly? Okay, cool, dude. Yeah. Well, I'll just start from the top. So how it works is, the whole idea of everything I'm about to show you is that you still do everything in real life. You check in with your clients, you follow up with them, you do the meal plan, and then you come to here and then you log it, you track it. That way everything is in one spot, just to replace all things Google Sheets. But the thing is that there's no, I guess, I don't do anything with actual like nutrition or workouts or anything like that. This is all business metrics. So it's kind of like the business metrics of Trainerize, if you want to look at it like that. So
sure.
First things first, when you close a client, you're going to click this button here, add a new client, and this is the most important part of the whole thing, and it's the simplest as well. So you click the button and you just fill it out. And I'm going to do this live with you just so I can show you through everything with an actual client. So I'm going to just create this really quick. And I'm going to use these emojis so it's easier to spot in the big old, because I put a whole bunch of fake data in here. And some of it's really hard to do. Believe it or not, it's actually kind of hard to fake all this info and make it make sense at the scale that you guys have. Like you guys have hundreds of clients. I gotta have to go through and do this 100 times. So let's see. So it's all very basic information. If you don't have any of the numbers or any of the info, you just skip it. This is actually pretty cool. You can track the actual location. So you can see a map of where all your clients are. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. So you just select the packet. So all of what I just filled out right there was just basic info, email, phone number, time zone. Like you don't have to do anything you don't want. But then we come to the tracking of the payment. So I've got 5 different classifications, I guess, of a payment. So you have paid in full, split pay, month to month, in a contract, month to month, no contract, and then free. So it's like a referral bonus or whatever else. So then you just fill it out. So like maybe it's, $2,000 for a 6-month program. I guess I can't put the money symbol in there. And then how much cash was collected today? Well, they paid in full, so it's $2,000. How long is the client's program for? 6 months. How often are they going to be checking in? You said bi-weekly. What kind of client is it? We'll just say that they're training only. And then any additional details, whatever. And then this is the link to their URL or their social media. So if you want to add that, you can. I'll show you why. It's pretty cool. Then once you're done, you just submit. So what this just did is it logged everything in financials, it logged everything in check-ins, put them in a master log. I'll show you all of this. It notifies you of their birthday. You can follow up with them on a scheduled time frame. You'll know what day they're on, what week they're on, what month they're on. and I'll show you all that. So that's. Do you have any questions on that? So it's supposed to be as straightforward as possible. Like you just fill out a form of how the call went.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So that is back end facing. That's something I would fill out rather than an onboarding form that they fill out.
Yeah. So that's a good example. So you give them an onboarding form to fill out to give back to you for info about their plan. You fill this out, and none of this ever touches the actual client. It's all for you and your team. So, by the way, I'm just gonna click this. So like if you want to track hours, they would just click this, clock in, and I'll show you this later. But I'm just gonna clock in now, so it logs something when I show you. Sure. By the way, these are going to be links. So whatever your most used websites are, they'd be here. So if you use Chronometer or MyFitnessPal, you just click it and it takes you directly to the website. So it's just for ease of use, I guess.
Okay.
Then we have the master log. So this is one of the biggest things that we have to offer. So everything is kind of split up into different parts. So the master view is everything in one. I'll show you that. It's a lot all at once, so I'll show you that last. All the active clients, it will only show you clients that are active. So if somebody leaves the program, you have to go in there and click just, from green to red, and I'll show you that. And then they leave, and they no longer pull up in anything. So in a spreadsheet, you have to go through and remove Bob Smith from check-ins, Bob Smith from, so
right.
It removes them all. And then you have all the program details. So like if they're biweekly and they have Coach Bob as their coach, and they're whatever, they nutrition only. And then there's all the personal info. There's some stats, so that'll show you some metrics. Not the most important ones. I'll show you that in a sec. And that's everything. So you click on all active clients, you'll have all their names, the status. So if they're in onboarding, whatever. And it's pretty basic. So the name, the sale date, when they started their current program, when they're going to end their current program. This is all calculated from that form we just filled out. So the program start date is not here because the financials. I'll show you that in a sec as well. There's a lot of things that's hard to actually show in a practical, I guess, stance. But we'll just fill this. Oh, you know what, dude? In onboarding, you fill out the program start date. So if they join today, we'll just say that they're going to start on the 3rd. Then everything calculates. So they're on day 0, week 1, and then month 1. So very simple. Okay. That's the active clients. Then if you want to deactivate a client, very cool. You we'll just find our example client. We'll just say he is going to leave. So we're going to click inactive. Then he's going to pop up over here. Should see him down here. And then we're going to say, oops. Sorry, he's up here now. Then we're going to say why he left, and then we'll just say, he broke his leg. So that's going to say he went inactive today, and this is how long he was in the program before he left. So you can see all these people, like Joe Rogan. He was in the program for 17 weeks before he said, "You guys suck. It's non-renewal bad." So then if we come down here, we can see the stats for that. So this is just kind of a table of all of them with all the info. So if you want to reach back out to them, you can. There's the phone, email. And then below we have the expired reasons. So, we had 6 people cancel because they, or 6 people exit the program because they canceled, 4 people who ghosted, 2 people who broke their leg, 4 people who burned the bridge, so on and so forth. And then we have a graph that just shows the trend line of when people leave and on a weekly basis. And keep in mind, all of this we can totally switch around. If you'd rather see things monthly rather than weekly, you can do that. If you want to see it daily, we can do that. Oh, by the way,
the client exits? Sorry?
The client exit, this is the amount of people that have left per week. So if I put my mouse over this, I can click. Okay. Yeah. So I can click on this and I can see Bruno, Renato, Enrique, and Simone. These are randomly generated names. They all left the program on the week of June 29th through July 5th for some reason. So
I see. Okay, so got it.
Yeah, and like I said, dude, there's the idea is that this is yours to use, and if you want to make things daily, weekly, monthly, I guess even quarterly, rather than, for example, this is weekly, we can do that for you. So it just depends on what you want to see.
Okay. Sure.
And like I said, I totally forgot to ask, have you ever used Notion? Do you use Notion? Do you have any experience with it? Never? Okay. So I'm just going to be honest, man. There's actually quite I would say an overwhelming feeling when you use it for the first, a little bit. After that, I think, like, I want to be honest, like, it's easy to use, but it is very overwhelming because there's so much going on. So I tried my best to design this so it was very simple. I mean, there's 7 boxes on this screen rather than all the others, So anyway.
Have you experimented with Asana before?
Not for anything like this. I've used it for personal project management, but nothing like this. I actually don't even know enough about it to really give you feedback on it. But is that what you use now?
Well, I've used it. I don't use it now. I went back to spreadsheets. I used it when I was trying to design something like this.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of worked, but it was kind of not that great either.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good to know. I think Asana and this, and then ClickUp, I think they're all kind of on their competitors, right? Have you ever used ClickUp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
ClickUp I used in the very early days. I did it for like a month. I'm like, this is nuts, too much to learn.
Yeah.
So then I went back to Sheets, tried Asana a couple years later, didn't find that it was helping speed things up at all. If anything, it took longer.
Yeah.
So I've just been using Sheets since.
Okay, good to know. Well, I definitely don't want you to have any kind of feeling of like this is too much. So that's kind of where so I actually have one VA. So that's where we come in to help you do all this stuff. I would rather you just send us a message and say, hey, this sucks, fix it. And then we go in there and we take care of it rather than
Sure.
Then we have the client program details. So you can see the amount of clients per type. So we have 118 clients that are full. I don't know what else I would call that, training and nutrition. I don't know, complete, comprehensive. 5 that are nutrition only, 6 that are training. You wouldn't even need this right here because you're all biweekly. So It would just say biweekly. And I can even, we can just go boop, delete. You don't have to worry about it,
It's still helpful. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a couple clients. Yeah. And then it shows the amount of clients that each coach has, assuming that's kind of how you operate. So you have 3 coaches. I'm assuming each coach has X amount of clients. It'll show you how much they have of each. And I think if you click on it, it'll show you which of those clients. Yeah. Also, dude, there's nothing I can do about organizing this particular view, which is so frustrating because there is so much. Like I'm lagging now because there. So yeah, sorry about that. It's out of my control.
Can't make it bigger.
You can say that again. Make this screen bigger.
You can make it full screen, so you can see everything, or.
So this particular view, it's so weird, dude. This particular view, you can't. It's just kind of how it is.
That's right.
But I'll show you the other things that are where you can make them full screen. So, and this is just, so there's little tabs here. They're little groups. So you can see all the clients. Let's just do this. It'll be shorter. So all the nutrition only clients, I can see all of the ones here. I filtered it so that it shows it active and inactive. So you can see who was a nutrition only client that did expire. And then it just has all their info, so I click on this, it should take me to, that's the other thing. So part of onboarding, which we design custom to you and how you guys actually do it, you put their Trainerize URL here. So that way, anytime you're dealing with them, you don't have to go to Trainerize and type in their name, click their profile, and then you just click this, and it's not going to pull up, I don't think. Yeah. And then it takes you to their profile immediately. So that's
okay.
It just makes things simpler. It's just one extra step you have to do, but I think it simplifies everything. I've gotten good feedback from the few coaches that are using this feature. But
nice.
Anyway, so we have all the information per client. So any questions on anything so far? I'm trying to go through everything quickly. I don't want to waste your time, but there's just so much to all of this.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. No, I appreciate it.
Okay. And then we have all the, we have all the personal information. So, social media, their gender, birthday, age, phone, email. Any of the stuff you don't really care about, you can just right click and you can click hide and it goes away and you never have to see it again. Totally up to you. This is just to make sure everything is filled out. I don't even really need to show you this, but like if certain things are missing, they won't work the right way. So you can just see who's missing things. If you want to do a monthly cleanup where you figure out which data is missing from which clients, so there's that. And then here's something that's very cool. It's not the coolest thing, but this will show you a lot of stats of your program right now. So let's say that you wanted to set this up and then we get all your clients in, you would see all this the second that we got everything in. So you'd see how many male versus female, all the program types, the age groups, you'd see the coach split. You would see how many people are active versus expired versus onboarding. Now I anticipate this being significantly more red over time because more people will leave, but nobody stays forever, unfortunately. But
that's right.
Check-in frequency, how many people left per month. So you're going to see a lot of these charts. This is huge. This is pretty much the bread and butter of everything. And then again, like I showed you, the reasons why they left. And then this is pretty cool. So you can see which clients are on which week of the program, and you can click on it and see them, and you can see which month. So if I click on this one, so this is month 17. There's 13 people on month 17, and I can see who those people are. So if I need to reach out to them or whatever, now I know. Nice. So there's that. All right, so that concludes everything with the master log. This is kind of just for me and the team, so when we edit your stuff, we can go in there and it's just easier.
Okay.
So that's the master log. The onboarding, there's not much to show here. This is completely custom to you. So do you know Mina by chance? He is in the MDM. Mina Estefanos?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll have to show you his onboarding process, but like he has 4 different phases. Each one is a different coach. It just goes through, and each coach is responsible for one section of onboarding. It's pretty cool, dude. I'd love to show you, but we customize the onboarding process to you. This is kind of where you get more info of the client after the sale. So the closer might not know exactly, when they're going to, what their first check-in day will be. And so in here, you would actually select that. And then when you're done, click submit. And then they come down here to this page, the onboarding completed. And this will essentially be every client that's gone through onboarding. So just for logging purposes. But we'll customize that to you.
Must have taken you a long time to think of all these names, eh?
Well, actually, dude, it's Notion has AI, which is pretty cool, and it's actually pretty good AI. So I just say, hey, generate me, 100 names. So
there you go.
Yeah,
100 celebrity names.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I said celebrity names, and it's so funny. It puts some people's names like 12 times. It's like LeBron James Jr., LeBron James Senior, Junior. It's so stupid, dude.
Gotta have them all.
Yeah, I gotta get them all, dude.
Yeah.
Then we have check-ins, and this is pretty cool, dude. It shows you a lot, but how it works, it's very simple. So if you're doing bi-weekly, you would have, first of all, you'd have the coaches, and you would be able to see how many clients each coach has, just a different view. Right. So click on this, and then we would see all the clients, and it's so cool how it works. So let's say I'm doing Beyonce's check-in. I'm going to go to her profile, do the check-in, whatever I got to do, and I'm going to come back and just say what the result of the check-in was. So if they were on time, it's done, but it goes to the bottom because it says that the last check-in date was today, because that's the last time we checked in. And then 2 weeks from today would be this day, and then that's when they're going to check in again. And it cycles. So I do Beyonce, and then she goes to the bottom. Then I do the next guy, and then he goes up, and then it's just one of those, one of these things. Yeah. And so you can stay on top of check-ins. When you're done, so if I did a whole bunch of these check-ins here and just randomly, when I'm done checking in for the day or the week or whatever, I'm just going to come up here, submit all check-ins. Are you sure you want to submit them? Yes, I'm sure. Okay, done, success. Now they go into a log, and it shows you all their previous check-ins. So we did Beyonce. Okay. So if we click Beyonce, it will show us all the previous check-in history of this client. So she checked in on week 60 of her program on this day. She was on time. And then these are the notes that we would have added. And pretty straightforward. So if I were to do it again, where is she at? So if I do it again and submit, it's going to say the same exact thing, but I just want to show you that there's multiple. It takes a second for it to load. There you go. So now there's 2. So just imagine big picture, long term. You have check-ins done for 6 months or something. You can see every single client, all their check-ins, all in one spot, which is so cool.
And the check-ins that people do that are working with you, have they moved from like Google Forms or Typeform to do it within here?
For check-ins, or what do you mean?
Yeah. So when someone does a check-in, like, are they filling it out in this platform now?
No, so this is you would fill this out exactly as I just did, but you would make sure that the client actually did the check-in, and you just come back saying on time or late. Are you asking if the client does this?
Yeah, like the clients that you have, do they do their check-ins that they send to their clients through like a Notion form?
Oh, no.
They don't do that. Okay.
No, but that would be one giant project that I would love to create. It just needs to make sense, because your clients would then have to fill out that form, and it would just. I'm assuming you have your clients do check-ins on Trainerize, right?
Typeform. So I send them a Typeform link via Trainerize. They fill it out. And then let's say Monday morning, we take a look and see who submitted their check-ins.
Yeah.
Then we start sending responses. So I guess what we would do is Monday morning, after like the check-ins were sent over on Friday, we would see, okay, well, this person's on time, this person's on time, this person's missing. Let's say it's Monday at 6 p.m. Let's just mark him as, I don't know, missed or late. I guess it just depends on if the person does it tomorrow. But I think that would be, there would have to be a fine line between what's late and what's missed.
Okay. Dude, it's interesting, because if you use Typeform, you can integrate Typeform with this, and then this would be automatic, But that's one of the things we could absolutely build for you if that's something you wanted to do, That'd actually be pretty exciting. Like, that gets me pumped up if that's something you wanted to do. But so that's check-ins, and there's this little blue button all around. I got to put it in more spots, but you click on it, and it will it's a big, massive Q&A of everything, like, how does everything work? How do I change a client's birthday? How do I do onboarding? How can we customize, all this stuff? How does the testimonials thing work? So if you ever need help, it's there. And then I try to have videos everywhere, but anyway.
Okay.
So if we go back out of check-ins, sorry, I'm just going to restart here. So then we have the recent check-ins. So do you handle check-ins yourself, or is it just your coaches?
Just the coaches.
Okay. So you can come in here and you can see the recent check-ins. So we just clicked all these. These are how you read this is Bryson checked in with Beyonce. Beyonce was on time. Check-in was on this day. And then it's just a big long list. You can see that. And then you can also see who was on time, who was late, who was missed. This is just all recent. So if I were to go click it right now, it'd show up here. So just wait for you to kind of stay on top. This is all of the check-ins in one. Like I said, dude, there's a lot going on here. I know I'm sure there's some overwhelm for sure, but there's all the extra just to give you all the info.
Yeah.
Then we have the check-in stats, and then I think, so clients per coach again, clients per coach frequency. So this would only be biweekly for you. By the way, you're going to see these as well. This little diamond quick links jump to a metric. If you just click the drop down arrow, it pops up with these different metrics with charts. So if I want to see all the check-ins on time, so we just barely did check-ins. There's not a lot of data to go off of, but it would show you how many people checked in on time per week. So you can see the influx of people. So I think this would be valuable around holidays, So like near Christmas or something like that. It's like, people started slacking off. Makes sense. I don't know what's going on here, but late. And then the idea with skipped is like a client goes on vacation, they're not going to check in. It's not going to count against them. Yeah. Because it calculates a percentage, and I don't think I showed you that. So let me go back really quick. It shows you the percentage of every client for different time frames. So if I go to, I'm not sure I actually have that pulled up, so I'll come back to that. But okay, any questions on anything so far? Anything that you, I guess, want to see more of?
I'd like to see I think Dawson showed me initially where his clients are at in terms of like payments, how much they've paid total, LTV.
Okay, yeah.
That history would be sweet.
Okay, I'll just jump to that really quick. So,
do you have a call for the end of this?
No, I don't have anything for the rest of the day. Actually, I just don't want to waste your time, man. I'm sure you got a lot going on, so.
No, all good. I'm good till the end of the hour. So
okay, cool. So this one right here, I'll show you. That's the bread and butter of everything that we have to offer. It's very cool. But the financials is all financials, the paid in full is month to months, upcoming payments. You were talking about this. I'll show you this. So this will show you all the upcoming payments for split pay. So Pedro, he's paying $225. He's making 4 payments. So very simple to look at. He pays on the 1st. Robert pays on the 24th. Same thing with month to month. And some of this will get squished. So if you want, you can shrink the screen a little bit and zoom out. But I can also just move the columns for you. But anyway, it'll show. So here's a perfect example. So like this person doesn't even have a payment amount. So you can quickly see an error if there is one. So it'll show you how much they're paying, the amount, how many more payments they have left for the different payment types. And then down here, we have all of it combined. So over here, we have all the upcoming payments filtered by the next date that they would pay. So Pedro is going to pay this much on this date for every client. And it just rotates, so it only shows one payment at a time. And then over here on the right, it's the monthly recurring revenue. So you can see how much you're getting from all your clients per day of the month. So you can see kind of an expectation.
How does that sync?
So how it syncs is when we filled out that form. Sorry, I just got a thing that said the meeting's going to end in 10 minutes. I have the Zoom Pro, though. That's so weird. I might have to call you back after. I don't know. Anyway, it's synced because we filled out that closer form, and that goes in, and there's a whole bunch of automations and calculations on the back that calculate all of this to show when these things happen. No, so this is not synced with Stripe or anything like that. So how you, I guess, remove them is you just click, you click the active button that I showed you, and it makes them inactive, like the reason why they left.
Right.
And then it gets removed. And if you need to remove finances, period, because they're all of a sudden free, you would just go in there and I would show you, we could totally handle that for you, but it would just mark them as like free or something.
Okay. And these things on the left where it shows like paid 1 of 4, paid 12 times.
Yeah.
That is manually updated, or is it just programmed assuming that it's like at the end of the month or at the end of whatever package they have?
Yeah, so if somebody makes a payment on the 30th or something, if they make a payment on the 15th, every time we hit the 15th, it assumes they paid and then shows that. Now, if they didn't pay, there's a little buffer in there we can add for you, so where you just click it and we'll just drop it down a button or drop it down a number. So if they didn't pay or maybe they were late, you would just go in there, we would just change it, so it would go down one, and it would just be one click. It'd be pretty simple.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd get like a VA to cross-reference if it actually came through, like failed payments, things like that.
Yeah, dude. And I would be happy to, I want to make this like the best thing possible. So if you wanted, you could send me that message. I could tell my VA to do that. And that way you don't have to hire anybody extra and we take care of it for you. You know what I mean? So that would be something we could figure out for sure. Did you have any questions on that? I know you wanted to see the upcoming payments.
Yeah, that was sweet. Let's keep going with that dashboard. Okay,
and then all financials. So this one's nice. So we have, let's see. So this is all the financials. So every person that's been in the program, what they're paying. Sorry, my computer. It'll have the client name, their sale date, their payment start date, their payment end date, days since sale, days until the end of the program, their package, the contracted total. All of this is filled out automatically. Cash collected, but from the closer form. So the closer fills it out. This is here. So there's a lot going on here. I don't expect this to be what you look at, but I'll show you this right now. It's split because I think these charts are much easier to look at. So I put a lot of focus on these. So amount of clients that are each package, the amount of contracted revenue you've gotten from each package. These are all time. So this is not weekly, monthly, or it's all time. And then here's your LTV. So I know you mentioned this. So what you would do is you would see, and it's sorted from highest to lowest, but if we click on, it looks like Mark Zuckerberg's the man here. And click on him.
He's killing it.
Yeah. And it would show me his name. So like I said, dude, these views, I can't filter anything. It is so dumb. Like it's just not helpful. But if it's orange, that means he's month to month, no contract. I've tried to color code everything. So it means he has just been in the program, hasn't canceled, and he's just killing it. If we click on someone like, let's get Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift. So she has, I don't know why it's showing a second one. So it's saying past plan, like, because she's not active, because this is kind of like a fail safe. So if you forget to mark them as inactive, this does it automatically based on the end date. So if they don't renew or anything like that, they'll just automatically. But if you wanted to know why they left the program, then you would do it that way. But this is LTV
that would be helpful.
Yeah. So this is LTV for every single client. And then I don't know if you noticed, but there's these little explanations at the bottom of each chart. I've tried my best to put one on every single one, so that way any question you have about it, it's right there. This is client acquisition per month, so you can see how many clients you're getting per month. We can make that weekly, can make that daily, whatever you prefer. This is monthly recurring revenue. Again, what I already showed you, just also in this view. I don't want you to have to like jump back and forth between so many things, like things should go with like things. Then the same thing, upcoming payments. It's kind of isolated, so there's not a lot of extra stuff going on. So it's just very simple name, amount, payment. Then we have the average lifetime value. So it looks like the average lifetime value for all clients that I've had is $1,000. So good or bad, you decide. And then we have the average tenure, the amount of days a client was in a program before they left. I think that's really important to know. So it seems like day 237, they decide I'm out. So,
right.
I don't know if that would be probably more consistent if this was actual real data with like day 182 for 6 months, but.
Yeah.
So
that's sweet.
Yeah, that's all things financial. And I'm going to show you one of these and then I'm going to move on. So for split pay, for example, it just isolates everything for split pay into one thing. So this is all split pay clients. Again, if you don't want to look at this, then just scroll down and see the charts. So these are all the different price points that you sold a split package at. So you sold 9 packages for split pay at $900. You sold 21 packages for $1,700, so on and so forth. And then you can see the contracted revenue of all time per month, so of just split pay. So you can kind of see which packages are killing it, which ones are making the most. And then we have the amount sold of all time. So just packages sold, no matter the amount. This is the payment dates right here. So we have one person who's going to pay on the 24th, one person who's going to pay on the 1st. This is the payment count. So you sold the split package into 2 payments 9 times, sold the split package into 3 payments 11 times, so on and so forth. It's how many you've sold all time. And then the program length. So 21 packages for 6 months, 9 packages for 3 months, again, so on and so forth. And then how many people are currently paying. So there's 3 people still paying for split pay. There's 3 payments remaining. So it looks like those 3 clients have 3 payments each remaining. Or I guess there's 2 payments remaining, sorry. And then the upcoming payments for just split pay. So it's kind of just everything for one package into one area. And that's the same thing for the paid in full, the month to month, and then everything. And then free is kind of weird because it's like if you offer incentives or like a 14-day challenge or something, like you'd use that. But okay. And then I'm going to show you this really quick, and then we can. I want to make sure you see the most important stuff. So we have these. This is like I said, this is the bread and butter of everything we have. These are weekly KPI reports that are automated based on all the data in this entire system. It goes out once a week. And some of them are once a month because it doesn't really make sense to track weekly. Like, for example, I mean, we can if you want. Like, churn right now is not weekly, it's monthly. I feel like that makes more sense because you sell packages monthly. So if we click on clientele growth KPIs, it'll pop up, hopefully today. There we go. And you'll have the table. So this is a little bit different. So like I envision you guys using this a lot. So you're going to look at the time frame. So January 1st to the 31st, whatever, skip over here. So starting clients. Started this month with 120 clients. I ended with 126. I gained 8 clients, but I lost 2 clients. So it's all calculated, ended with 126. My churn was 1.7, so it's good. Retention is 98. Growth rate was 6.7. Net growth was 5. And then if we keep on going, we see more stats. So like male clients female clients, percentage, average client age, the past tenure of the clients who left with their average amount of days in the program. Looks like no one stays past the first week in this example. How many people are training only, all of this stuff. You keep on going down the line. Percentage of clients gained 6% of, the percentage of gain for the clients for this month was 6. And then we lost,
Yeah.
So all of this, and you can see, oh yeah, go ahead.
When people sign on and they do this, do you just start and then it's everything moving forward, or do they actually backdate like 2025 January?
Well, so so it's a pain in the butt, dude, but I migrate all of their data that they have into this. So as much data as they give me, I can put into here for them.
I see.
It's a pain, and there's things that go wrong because it really is all manual entry. I don't know how I would go about doing this automated to make sure everything went directly where it needs to go. So, For example, if you give me all of your financial info for this and all the clients and all the whatever, I would just take that and I would just, God damn it, the fucking thing ended. God damn it. Okay, apparently the call cut off. I looked down and it stopped recording at 41 minutes. The call was an hour, so we missed the last 20 minutes, and we missed the part where I went over everything and the pricing, and it's pretty shitty because he had to go. He told me that from the start. He had to go on the hour, because right now it's 6 o'clock. He said from the start that he's good till the end of the hour. I talked too much, I think, and I think I went into too much detail on certain things. I don't know how to balance that because I want to show him everything, but also, I don't know. So that sucks. So assuming that he's telling the truth, that he had to go, because he said that from the start, then, it's fine. We'll go from there. But how it went at the end is I'm really bummed it didn't record. He looked at the basic, VIP, and elite, and he was asking questions about the basic, and he wanted all the KPI reports and things like that, but he didn't want the recurring. And so what I told him is I said, dude, I will give you the elite package for the price of the VIP and then give you that referral program, so that way you are able to get this thing for free per month if you bring 5 people. And, you will shave it down $100 each time. So it can be $400 after one referral, And I have that written here. I didn't say that out loud. But then he did say that he had to peace out. And then that's when it ended. But I got his number, and he said we would be in touch after his call or whatever. And then I guess we'd go from there. So lots to learn here for sure. I don't want to message him quite yet. I don't want to be like, hey, so let me know what you think. But I am going to send him this page, and we'll see what happens. If I get it, then hell yeah. If I don't, then I can learn. I can learn a lot from this either way. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't bummed. It sucks, but it's good. It's repetition. Like I said, part of me is kind of relieved because now I can focus on a lot more and kind of polish things off. There's some things that I was showing him, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll have to fix that, put that in there. It's not done yet. Can't show you this yet. It's not done. And part of me kind of feels bad. Karin has been working his ass off to get the leads and sales and all that stuff done. And I don't believe that the views that are currently in place would be something that I'd want to present because they're just tables right now. There's no graphs or charts or workflows to demonstrate. It's just, here it is, and I don't want to present that. And it didn't seem like he was asking questions or curious about that at all. So I think I got away with it. But it did seem as though he wanted all those KPI reports and everything like that, but didn't want the recurring. So that's good feedback. So I think it just depends on the coach and where they're at, which is interesting. Maybe the prices are too steep. Maybe the prices are not high enough. Maybe I'm maybe this is too high of an investment for these types of coaches. I don't know. Maybe I need to drop it. Maybe this is a guy that, I don't know. I don't want to make any decisions off of this, but I think combining things into 3 categories, like Trey gave me feedback for, rather than 4, I think that was good. But yeah, I think I just talked too much. I think I said a lot of shit. And I should have asked more questions. Should have asked more about what he was looking for and what he needed, and then went straight to that. I don't know. Dude, I don't even feel like I need to listen to the recording again to learn from it. I know that I talked too much, and I know that I didn't really pitch to... I pitched to everything that he said he was looking for, but not instantly, not directly, and I showed him a lot of shit he probably didn't care about. And as a result, we ran low on time and probably cost me the sale. So live and learn, live and learn. Part of me feels as though he is still going to come around because he's using Google Sheets and he's got 130 clients. That's crazy. He said he tried to build it himself and it didn't work. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to send him this document, and then this, well, I say document, but what I mean is just that the pricing sheet that goes over everything that it offers. And we didn't really even have time to go over that because he had to go. It was very rushed. So yeah, I'm going to export that now. I'm going to send it over to him right now. Okay. Combined. Here's the system overview with all the features you get. With all the features per tier. Basic is the super bland version. No, super bland. No. Basic is for if you want the systems I showed you, but none of the automated weekly reports. VIP is for if you want what I showed today, plus the ongoing weekly reports. Elite is for if you want everything I showed today, everything in the pipeline, all future updates and new systems, and anything and everything custom built with the ability to get the monthly recurring to 0 for life. Sorry we got cut short on time. Would you like to schedule another call to go over these options so I can make sure all your questions were answered? I can send, I guess. Okay, well, sent. I know what I need to do moving forward. I need to shut the fuck up and not say so many goddamn words. And I need to finish all the... I know what I need to do. So I'm talking outside of sales. I know what I need to do. I need to finish a lot of the stuff up. I need to get all the automations working. I need to... I guess I don't know what I need to do. I wish that I communicated better. I could have done everything that I just did in probably 20 minutes. And then I could have spent a half hour in the sales process. Instead, I talked my ass off because I don't know how to articulate what's in my head the most effective way possible. I think communication might be a limiting factor of my life. I also think it contributes to the lack of confidence. So maybe that ought to be a focus for me. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong about the package and how I presented it. I just think that I talk too much, and I did answer all of his questions. The few that he had seemed like I answered them well. We didn't go over the referral program that well. Damn. I think I'm just mad at myself. I just talk too much. Kind of bummed, dude. Not gonna lie. It's a bummer. You know, this is not a poor me thing, and I don't want it to come across that way. It's a documentation, so I want to share my thoughts and feelings. But the streak continues of not having proof that I can actually sell something. This one is different than fitness coaching, you know. I mean, I've sold gym memberships before, but it's different. This is my own thing. It's my little baby, you know. But yeah, I just want to sell one time, just to kind of break that limiting belief, that shackle that's around my brain that says that maybe this isn't for me. You know, I don't believe that, but I tell myself that. My brain says, hey, you know what? All good, dude. Not for you. That happens often. And I know it's not. Oh, look, I just got a notification that's saying renewal form is invalid. Resolve any errors or remove failing steps to enable this automation. Why is it wrong? If it's broken, I'm going to cry. Where is it? Automation, invalid. What's invalid about it? Days until end, trigger page. Calling date, days until end. I don't know what the fuck the issue is. I'll have to go back and fix it. That's concerning though, because why is it invalid? I didn't change anything. Okay, whatever. It's all good. All right, well, I don't think there was any issue on presentation other than how much I spoke. I think I could have done everything that I did today in 20 minutes. Damn, I'm just bummed. Why did I... Okay, well, rather than sulking in this, I'm definitely going to be in deep thought about this for a while, but I don't know. I didn't get the sale because I talked too much, or I didn't get the sale because he wasn't interested. I didn't get the sale because he had to go, because he had another call, because we ran on too long, because I talked too much. So bummer. And the half of the call fucking cut off, so that sucks. What would have really sucked is if I did get the sale, but I didn't get it on recording. All right, well, anyway, that's the show. Thanks for listening, guys. We will try again next time. We'll get the next one. Maybe this guy turns around and he wants to get it, but I asked him if he wanted to schedule another call. So maybe there's going to be another call. I don't know. But we'll get it. We will eventually get it. There'll be a turning point in my life, in the trajectory of my life, Alexi's life, my family's life, brother's life, grandpa's life. I will make this happen. I will get these sales. I will help these businesses. I will make myself a very successful business. I don't make a lot of money. I will. I just got lots to learn, and it's okay. Student of life forever. All right, thanks for listening. Peace.